It's time for Tubi Tuesday. Ha! We're back, and not only are we back with Tubi Tuesday, but it's Christmas time. I got the tea, I got the hat, the red shirt. We got Christmas, and we're reviewing not a very good movie, Christmas Evil from 1980, about a guy who is so obsessed with Santa Claus he believes he is Santa Claus. I thought it was a horror movie. There's some slasher elements towards the end, but yeah. So the story, this film is about a guy named Harry who, when he was a kid, there's this really weird thing. He and his brother and his mom are sitting on the steps watching Santa Claus, and he comes down the chimney as we see him, and he's putting the gifts away. He's later revealed to be their dad, but I was always told that you had to go to sleep. You couldn't watch Santa Claus, but they staged this whole thing where it's Santa Claus, so I guess. And then there's this weird cut where they're talking about, oh, it's Santa Claus, and then it just cuts, and there's no one on the steps, and then it goes upstairs to the two brothers, and then one brother's like, oh, it was Dad. It's not Daddy. So he goes downstairs, and he ends up seeing the Santa Claus getting busy with the mom. He's having a little Christmas pie, if you know what I mean. And that fucks him up. He goes upstairs, he smashes the snow globe, cuts his hand, and we cut to about 40 years later. That was 1947, this is 1980, so about 33 years later. And you see a now 40-some-year-old Harry, and he thinks he's Santa Claus. He wakes up, he wears Christmas stuff, he has a Christmas alarm clock, and yeah, everything is Christmas. He even has a good list and a naughty list, a naughty and a nice list in books, and he goes up to the top of his roof and watches the children to make sure they've been naughty or nice. No. You couldn't get away with that. No. Even in 1980, I don't think you could get away with it. But now, especially in 2021, you couldn't get away with that shit. No way. You're watching kids, you're like, oh, Susie, she's a good girl. And then Moss, he hates him because he cut out a naked woman picture, and he's like, kids, be curious, okay? Can't fault them for that. If porn was a naughty thing and I never get Christmas gifts, I would never get Christmas gifts. I'm just saying. I'm an adult now, so I can watch it if I so please. But I was a very curious teenager, let's say that. But kids, don't watch porn until you're old enough. Okay? 18. But yeah, so yeah, he's following these kids around, and there's one, his name is Moss, and he's hiding in the bushes. Again, that's something you could do now, or even arguably then. And he works at this toy factory, and he gets a, what do you call that? A raise? No. Abortion? No. A promotion. There it is. I don't know why I said abortion. He gets a promotion. But he really wants to be on the toy line because he likes making the toys. But and at one point, you see the guy from Die Hard that tells John McClane to take his socks off and shoes off and curl his toes on the carpet. I thought it was kind of going, hey, that's the guy that told John McClane to take his socks and his shoes off and curl. So he's in 2 Christmas movies. That's cool. And yeah, so then he wants to dress up like Santa Claus because he thinks he is Santa Claus. He gives different gifts, I guess. And there's really most of this film is just following Harry around with his Christmas thing, showing he's really weird and he's into Christmas. And then towards the end, we reconnect with his brother Phil, and that happens, and then that starts to happen towards the end of the film. People are killed outside of a church, and then people, he attacks his. There's an incident with a father trying to protect his daughter, and the wife attacks him. I don't know. This is a weird movie. If you go into this movie, don't watch this movie. It's terrible. But if you go into this movie expecting a Christmas slasher like I did, you're gonna be disappointed. It's more of a character study, kind of like Taxi Driver or something like that, or even not Joker, because the Joker movie that came out wasn't really Joker. We all know that. It was Arthur Fleck, a guy who is severe mental problems dressed like a clown. It's not the real Joker, but just like the Batwoman on a TV show, it's not really Batwoman anymore. So, stuff like that. But this is not really a slasher film. It's a character study, and then we get in the end there's some slasher elements, and then he drives his van, which he painted a sled on, off a cliff or something, and he starts to fly. And then he says the to all a good night line. Merry Christmas to all a good night. And the movie ends, and I'm sitting there going, what just happened? There's a theory that he actually was choked out by his brother, and that was his last thing before he died. He saw himself fly, or maybe he actually crashed off the cliff and he just thought he was flying. I don't know. Another theory is that he was really Santa Claus the entire time, which doesn't really make sense. Unless his dad was the real Santa Claus and he took over for him. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. This movie is terrible. I'm not going to say to try and hell because it's not that bad, but I'm just going to say when it comes to Christmas Evil, it's not worth your time. It's not worth your time. And it's kind of a humdrum start to the Christmas reviews that we got going. But I got some good ones coming, We got Bad Santa. We got Christmas with the Cranks. I don't know. I want to do Friday After the Next, but I got to do the other two Friday movies. And now that I've kind of abandoned DC December, I got a little more time. Yes, I've abandoned it. I'm going to do a Scotty TV episode explaining the whole situation. I couldn't get into it, and I should have stuck with Disney. But I get more free time to do some other stuff. As you see, I'm doing the Hatchet series. I'm finishing up review series I started. Hatchet, Ginger Snaps, Wishmaster. So we're starting with Hatchet, but that'll be Hatchet 3 is the next review I'm doing after this. So, so what are your thoughts on Christmas Eve? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.